Hey guys, what's going on? GassyMexican here, and this is a special edition of Message Monday for 5/6/2013. We have myself and Renee sitting next to me as well.
Hi, I have a cat.
She has a cat in her. She's Zoe.
A cat on my lap.
Stubby little arms.
She's not happy.
But this isn't about Zoe. This is about your guys' questions. So, it's never about. It's always about Zoe. Actually, before we recorded here, she was on my chair. She jumps on my chair all the time. Every time I leave the room, she just jumps right on my chair, and then whines when I take her off. It's my chair too. But anyways, this is Message Monday for 5/6/2013. We're gonna jump right into your guys' questions. Renee, would you like to read the first question?
First question is from Dylan Nelson at Dazed Private Parts.
Dazed Private Parts.
All right.
Their private parts are so dazed.
Dazed Private Parts asks, what's your favorite feature of Fallout 3? The environment itself, the story, the characters, etc.
I'm gonna let you take the first one because you are the Fallout person in this relationship.
Well, you would be a Fallout person if you actually played
Well, I'm just saying,
game.
I like Fallout, and I've played a decent amount of it, but I'm making headway. I'm doing streams and stuff of it, but you are the one who's played it. How many times have you played it through?
Several times.
How many times is several?
Maybe 6, 7 times.
6, 7 times. That's
No, I've played it all the way through like twice, but then I start other characters, and then I get bored, and then I'll start another character, and
yeah,
so on and so forth. Anyway, that's the question. That's Malcolm.
Malcolm, go away.
My favorite feature of Fallout 3 would probably be the environment. The story itself is kind of, the main quest is very short, and the story is interesting, but not what makes the game. I think what makes the game ultimately is the environment that you're in, and the exploration aspects, and I don't know, finding different parts about the old world that is now bombed to shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my whole thing. I just really like being able to see a house on the horizon and go in there and find out that it belonged to some family and their little history. I don't know. I guess that's my big thing.
Yeah, not to have a cop-out answer, but that's kind of pretty much what I like about it. I do like the VATS, though, with it. I like that sort of combat system and how they like do a slow zoom in and stuff, especially when you're going to do like a critical hit or something like that. It'll do that kind of bullet time thing where it follows and hits somebody and you can see their... I like the limbs exploding. That's awesome. I like the fact that, I don't know, the combat system's really satisfying. It's kind of funny, too, that it's that satisfying since you're not really, like, when you use VATS, you're not really, like, you know, shooting in the sense of, like, a FPS, traditionally.
But it becomes satisfying because when you first start out, you can't hit anything. Like, a little mole rat takes, like, 6 bullets.
I think that's...
And then eventually you're, like, shooting a super mutant's head off in one hit.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason, like, they did a really good job making that satisfying. If you just started out being able to fuck shit up right away, you know, it probably wouldn't be as satisfying as it is. But I like the VATS, definitely. I like the environment and stuff, kind of like how you said you can walk in and see like skeletons and stuff, and it sort of paints a picture, kind of in the way that Skyrim does a lot of times. I mean, it's same
Skyrim
devs.
doesn't really have as much.
It doesn't. Yeah. There's a little bit more there.
I don't know. Well,
there's a little bit more there because it's
a different type of exploration in Skyrim, though.
Yeah, it's also, I would say, a little bit more interesting when you walk into someone's house because of the fact that it's like used to be pre-war and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's that whole backdrop of things used to be really, you know.
I'm just really interested in the post-apocalyptic theme and era, or not era, but those themes. I pretty much like any movie, video game, book that's about the apocalypse or post-apocalyptic times.
I think also the atmosphere of it, the fact that on the radio they have like all the classic, you know, kind of like, that sort of, what style would you call that? I don't know.
It's 30s and 40s music.
I didn't know that that's a style. You can say a year time period is a style of music.
No, they had different styles of music within the 30s
genre.
and 40s.
It's 30s and 40s. Sure. Whatever. Sometimes I'm bad at speaking on Message Monday.
All right, next question.
Next question, says Renee. All right, let's go to the next question. Next question comes in from Nick, Eat My Diction 1. That's a weird username. And he says, apparently he's a commie as well, looking at his picture, because he looks all communist Russia about him. But he says,
join the bear army.
When can we go bowling? I'm being stupid. Just wanted to make a joke.
It's like you don't even know anything about our own friends.
I was pretending, that was the joke, all right? I was pretending like he was a random person.
I
All right.
care, Nick.
You read the question. I don't want to read it anymore.
Nick asks, when can we go bowling together?
Hashtag MM. That's nice. There's a good cough at the end there. Soon? I don't know. You were throwing out some months before. I don't know. When it's financially viable for us to be in San Francisco. Although maybe that'll be sooner rather than later because we might visit him.
I hope it's sooner. I hope it's before it gets cold here again.
Yeah, no.
I can't take another winter here.
It definitely will before winter.
I will blow up all of Colorado.
Probably over summer. Around. Probably sometime during summer. Although it doesn't even feel like spring here because we've been going back and forth between snow.
It snowed like last week.
I know.
This is bullshit.
It's stupid. I'm ready to leave here because I'm tired of the flipping back and forth.
There's nothing for us here.
There's nothing for us here.
There's so much for us in San Francisco.
Sooner rather than later.
Gays.
The gays are waiting for us in San Francisco. Gonna go to gay bars and drink all the lemon drops.
We love the gays.
The gays. So anyways, soon. We don't know. Probably over the summer. I don't know. Definitely sooner rather than later. As soon as we can make it is when we will go bowling. Maybe we'll go bowling, though, when we're at E3 together. Or when we potentially visit you after E3.
Maybe.
So maybe then. Maybe we'll go bowling. Then Nick.
I'm a great bowler.
You are a great bowler.
Only when I'm slightly drunk. Well, not even drunk.
The last time we went bowling, didn't you beat me?
Yeah. I have
You
to
did?
have like 1.5 drinks in me, and then I'm really good. But the second I finish that second
There's
drink,
a
it all
threshold.
goes downhill.
There's a threshold you meet, and then it just kind of.
Yeah, I was getting strikes up the wazoo.
It's the same thing with
And
gaming
then I finished
sometimes.
my second drink, and it was like gutter.
It's the same thing with gaming
gutter.
sometimes. With me, sometimes when I'm
No,
drinking,
you're just
I'll
bad
play
at
better.
every video game.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Hey, nobody watches
Next
your channel
question.
for quality
Next
gaming.
question.
Next question is from Harry Stevenson or at Hasbo7 something ... ellipses. Is that what those are called?
Ellipses.
Yeah. Did you ever expect to get this big on YouTubes, and what other job would you do if you weren't on the YouTubes? Nah.
Renee,
I'm not big on the YouTubes.
you're pretty big on the YouTubes.
I'm a small channel. so-
You're putting out content again, and you're starting
Okay.
your channel.
I did not expect to get at all big on YouTube. I started my channel off posting mediocre Call of Duty videos for my friends because they thought that I was really good and I thought I was garbage, and I was trying to basically prove them wrong by showing that I actually was garbage compared to everyone else, which is still a valid point. That's kind of what I still do. I think anyone who gets into YouTube wanting to get big is not going to last very long because, first of all, you guys aren't stupid. The viewers in the audience, you guys aren't dumb, and you can tell when somebody's just doing something for money and when somebody's actually doing something because they're entertained by it or they enjoy doing it. So
Yeah.
you guys are probably the biggest, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
Biggest
Variant
Yeah.
when it comes to success for anybody who starts this. And second of all, anyone who does that is probably doing this for a business, not actually something that they want to do, because they think video games are fun. They're just looking at it from a business-minded aspect. And
Yeah. That's
those
not to
people are
say.
usually dicks.
That's not to say too that you can't make money off of doing something that you love. Like that's not what we're saying here. It's just when people come in, trying to just do YouTube because they think it's, a super lucrative thing and that's all that's like their one track mind, I mean, they just want money. But if you
It
come
really
in
isn't that lucrative if you're not entertaining.
if you're not entertaining, you're not in it, and like Renee said, you guys can tell when somebody's, just kind of whatever phoning it in or whatever. You guys can pick that up, and I know I can pick that up when I watch someone's video and I'm like, yeah, okay, this person's just trying to, exploit this aspect of whatever. If you come in like that, whatever, if you want to do that, you're not going to last very long, and if you do, it's probably going to be a short run, or you're going to be part of that kind of douchey side of YouTube that people stay away from or whatever. Or your fan base is going to be really bad because they're there for
Yeah.
giveaways and blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
things like that. But if you
I
come
like
in...
to think that my fan base is pretty awesome.
Mhm.
Or viewer base. I don't like calling you guys fans. My viewer base is pretty awesome because
Yes.
I have never made a video about giveaways or done anything where, people subscribe to my channel for the wrong reasons. I think a good portion of my viewer base are there because they know what I'm about
Yeah,
and
You're
find who I really am entertaining.
you're about dicks.
I'm all about the dicks.
But yeah, short answer for me, I did not come in expecting to get this big. I started out just playing video games for fun, and it just so happened
Doing
to
those glitch videos.
actually, yeah. I started. That wasn't even on YouTube. That was like before YouTube. That was like Put
Vimeo?
File, and no, that was before that. That was like Put File
I
and
didn't even know what that was. I was too busy on Neopets.
yeah. Those were the early. That was when YouTube was garbage. Like I was doing like Halo 2 glitch videos and stuff like that. That's how I started out doing videos in general. But then I just played video games, played with friends. The channel started building up, and it turned into something that I could do as a job. So that's awesome. It's a pretty cool thing to be able to play video games as a job. Not complaining at all. And something that you said before was it's funny when people get super uppity or whatever when YouTube is their job or playing video games is their job. It's definitely helpful to remember that this is your job.
It's like one of my biggest pet peeves when I see other people in the community like bitching about anything regarding YouTube. Like, you could bitch about the website, but come on, let's get it into perspective of what you're actually doing for a job.
So whenever I get like, I don't know, a little stressed out or frustrated about something, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm still playing games as a job.
Let's take a step back here.
Let's reevaluate what I'm actually getting upset about. So that helps me out a lot. And thanks you for your question, Harry. And let's move on to the next one. Next question is from Bruno Reinhardt or Raisin_Brun. And they say, Brun? I'm not sure. Brun. Hello, Brun. Brun asks, have Malcolm and or Zoe done anything especially mischievous?
Mischievous.
Or
I don't
mischievous.
Really know how to pronounce. I think it's mischievous.
I like saying mischievous.
I like
it's just kind of fun.
It sounds more
Mischievous is the proper way, I think, but mischievous is kind of more fun
There's
to say.
no I after the V, but whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Mischievous. We did say U-tubs earlier. I mean,
I say U-tubs.
yeah, U-tubs. That's what it is.
U-tubs money.
But have they done anything especially mischievous? Yes. Well, Malcolm, he's always kind of getting into mischief and stuff like that. He's
a puppy.
He's a puppy, right? He always does that. But lately, we've been noticing Zoe's been kind of getting mischievous as well. You wanna talk about what she's been doing?
Zoe does this thing where, well, first of all, Zoe is very small compared to Malcolm. I think Zoe's like the size of Malcolm's head.
Yeah.
So Zoe likes to play the whole I'm small and adorable thing, and she'll pretend like she's whining, but really what she's doing is just trying to get attention. So she'll basically be like sitting somewhere, and Malcolm will come over, and she'll kind of like start egging him on. Like, she'll like roll over onto her back and like play with him a little bit, and then all of a sudden she'll get up and she'll jump off the chair, and she'll like run away, and Malcolm will chase her. And then of course we don't really see that. We just see Malcolm chase her. We yell at Malcolm, and then she'll just come back and start rubbing up against Malcolm's leg, like,
Yeah.
haha, you've got in trouble, fucker.
So basically, she kind of like eggs Malcolm on and antagonizes him, and then runs off, and then or we don't see the whole picture or at least until recently we didn't realize what she was doing.
No, and yeah, now we're paying attention.
But
because
now
I
it's
was like, why is she was just playing with him a second ago, and now she's running away from him. And I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, she was flipping back and forth a little too often, and it became obvious what she was doing. So we're on to you, Zoe. We're wise to your little munchkin, tiny-legged cat routine here.
At this point, we really don't have to keep we don't really have to keep an eye on them that much anymore because they're pretty used to each other, and
Zoe keeps him in check if he's being a little too forward.
she never uses her claws, but she'll smack him with her just paw.
Yeah, he gets smacked a lot in his face. It's just
but
like
never
kind of,
but she's never brought out claws ever. She's a super cool
We've never
cat.
heard Malcolm whine or anything like that because she smacked him with her claws or anything like that. She's very tolerant, very chill cat. So yes, there's been some mischievousness going on, and it's not entirely been Malcolm. Zoe's been starting to. We're wise to your act, Zoe.
I feel like we were just joking around that we feel like Zoe, like at night when Malcolm is sleeping in his room, Zoe just come up and be like, you know what the humans said about you?
Yeah, exactly.
They said they don't like you. They
Just
said
right
that
in
they
front.
got me because they like me better. And just like say, like a brother sister, like when your older brother would tell you that you're adopted, or maybe that was just my older brother. I don't know.
You're like, they let me up on the bed because they love me more, not because you're bigger and I'm small. They told me that.
I think it's just because Zoe's a cat. We just think that she's more evil.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it kind of fits more. Cats in general are a little more like that. All right, next question. Thanks for your question, Bruno. Second to last question comes in from...
Sinister basis symbol, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know. It had kind of a long
Degree,
name.
triangle, degree. At sinister basis, I'm assuming.
Probably.
What is the first concert you've ever been to? My first concert was the Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet
The first concert I ever went to by myself. I went to the Backstreet Boys with my mom and my friends and their mom, obviously. The first concert I went to by myself was Motley Crue.
That's pretty sweet. I still
Yeah.
want to see Motley Crue.
It was pretty cool.
Crue.
It was like grass seating in a big venue, so we weren't like super close, but I'm pretty sure the tickets were like $10 or something.
Yeah.
And I was offered drugs for the first time. I said no.
Yeah. First concert I ever went to was, I can't remember the second band that was there, but it was 3 Days Grace and some other really popular rock band. God damn it. I can't. Breaking Benjamin. Sorry, it was Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace. That was my first.
Benjamin.
That was my first concert. Wasn't a bad concert. Say what you want about those bands, but I mean, they played really
They're both
well.
pretty good. Benjamin's awesome.
Breaking Benjamin's really good.
3
That's
Days
mainly what I
Grace-
was there for. 3 Days Grace had Let's Start a Riot or whatever it is, that one song.
I don't know.
You probably never heard it, but
I only
was,
know that I Hate Everything About You song.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really popular
they
by
did
them.
that too. Yeah, yeah. Those are the two songs that 3 Days Grace played.
They're
there.
kind
It
of
was-
like angsty teen
Yeah,
music.
yeah. There, I was mainly there for can't talk right now. Fucking but I was mainly there for Breaking Benjamin. But 3 Days Grace was kind of a bonus for those two songs, I guess. I was really into Let's Start a Riot there because I don't know. I was super angsty. Not
Yeah,
really.
with your inline skating and
Shut up! With my
glitch
doobies,
videos.
my glitch videos, and my rolling doobies up on top of the ramps while I skated.
What?
Yeah, I'm just making stuff up. That would be stupid. That would be
Rolling
really dumb.
doobies?
Although,
Is that a drug
side note,
reference?
the skate park that was by my place, for some reason, the dumbasses that made the fucking skate park made it from metal. The ramps were made of metal.
So it was really hot when you
So
fell.
it was ridiculously hot, and it was like metal plates that kind of locked together. So since it would get really hot, and then in the winter they just got really warped and fucked up. But on the summer days when you would go, like, you could light a fucking cigarette or something like that if you just held it against the plate because of how hot it got from the sun beating
That's a
down
horrible,
on it.
horrible
It's a
idea.
horrible skate park. It
That's
was
like
awful.
the old park that was behind my house. Like the
Yeah.
slide was like made of metal.
Not to
why,
mention-
why would you ever do that? That's just evil.
Not to mention it was noisy as fuck because when you're going down a ramp that not only is made of metal but has like bumps in it because the plates are kind of off. It's like
Illinois obviously doesn't understand the concept. of
It was
skate
just
parks.
that one town. They petitioned for a skate park. I think they only got it because the mayor's
Why
son
would they make it out of
wanted
metal?
it.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to make it out of concrete
I have
like
no
everything
idea.
else?
I have
That's
no idea.
retarded.
It was really stupid.
Illinois is dumb.
It's not. It was just that one place.
Next
Fox Lake is
question.
dumb.
Illinois is dumb.
That Fox Lake skate park's probably still there. That's where it was. If you guys are from Fox Lake, probably very few of you, if any. That skate park sucks. Anyways, let's go to the last question. Let's stumble over my words.
Last question comes from Philip
Jackal. It's a jackal. Philip Jackal.
Jekyll
Jackal?
or
Jekyll?
at Sticky. Yeah.
That one.
Does one of you know how to code? And for Max, so cool that you bladed. Which tricks did you know?
Oh, how did I set that up? I set that up. No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't.
set
I
that up
actually,
perfectly, huh?
I forgot where it was in the question rotation, but it worked out. First question's for you though, because I know you do.
I know how to code basic things. Like, I don't know any actual programming code, but I know more design code, like HTML and CSS. I've dabbled in JavaScript, but not really. Mostly HTML and CSS. I taught myself how to do that stuff when I was younger, probably like, I don't know, when I got my first computer, when I was like 9 or 10 or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
I bought a shitload of books on HTML and read them and did stuff online and just it was mostly because I wanted to customize my Neopets page. And then
great
from
reason.
there it would to I would remember when everyone had like super customized like MySpace pages
Yeah.
where like they would like remove all of the boxes and like would make it like a real website. That's what I had on mine.
That was like the big era of those websites that started springing up that like taught the basic like
Yeah.
HTML.
Yeah.
Like so people had like embedded players and stuff and all that stuff. That
Yeah.
was like the beginning of all that kind of junk.
And then like I got more into CSS obviously from Neopets, I think, because Neopets was one of the only websites I knew of that actually allowed you to use scripts like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I've tried to get into more advanced coding, like what actual like game programmers use, like Ruby on Rails, Python, but a lot of those or C++. C++ is so fucking confusing.
Yeah.
But a lot of those are are kind of difficult to try and teach yourself. They have classes online, they have things you can read, but I neither have the time or the real desire to learn those. So I think I'll probably just stick to honing my HTML and CSS skills.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know a little bit of
Good for
coding.
basics.
I know a little bit of coding just because I took a web design course in high school, and then another one that was like a technical, whatever college. I don't know what they're called, technical class or technical course. Did your high school probably had something like that
No.
where you go off campus?
Dude, I had a super ghetto high school.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It was like a technical campus or whatever that you went off site from your high school to do stuff. So I had one that was actually a part of the high school, and then another web design and coding class for site design and stuff like that. So I know a little bit about that. Most of it's kind of gone from my brain now, but I have done HTML, a little bit of like Java and CSS, but nothing too crazy. I built like, I don't know, it was always just like course assignments of like, hey, build a kids website for blah, whatever. So I made like something about like kids movies or whatever. My sites always had like, I was really big into like making animated GIFs, a part of the header and stuff like that. It looked good. No, I always integrated it. Fine. She's giving me judging
I bet you
stare
also
right
had
now.
like gifs of like flames, like by your
No,
title, and
no,
like
they were
sparkly
clean.
things, and
They
like a
were
big
clean.
marquee at the bottom that said the date.
No, they blended
And like Times
perfectly
New
into the
Roman
website.
font and like lime.
I got an
green
A
text.
plus for that website.
Was
Okay.
your background black, and did you have lime green text?
No.
Fucking liar.
My background was like a shade of blue because I love blue. Why we've discussed this. All right. We like the similar blue colors. That's kind of the scheme that I had. It was well designed. I hated the ones that were all tacky and stuff like that. That was around the time where I saw people like with MySpace shit that looked terrible. So
Yeah.
I did not want to do that. I made GIFs, but they weren't like overly done. They blended in with the colors and looked like they were a part of the site. They weren't separate at all, really. So I know a little bit of it, and thanks for the compliment on, blading or aggressive inline skating.
Well, which
What's
tricks
up?
did you know? You didn't even answer that part, Mr.
What
Cool
tricks
Guy.
do I know? I don't know.
You know how to do
I forget-
backflips?
I forget even the fucking names of it. I could do 360 like over ramps and stuff like that. And
You know how to do a Healy kickflip?
I didn't skateboard. That's
You know how to
not
do ollies?
no, I did some grinds. I did like a royale. That's pretty.
What about
difficult
manual?
grind. That's again not.
All I
not
know is
skating.
skateboarding
Yeah.
tricks. I don't even
forget-
skateboard, but I know them from Tony Hawk.
I'm starting to remember some of them. Soul grind, sure. Royale, which was actually pretty difficult. I fell a lot of times learning that. I forget a lot of all the other names for the grinds and stuff, but
Do you have any scars
uh,
from your blading?
maybe on my knees or something. But it's hard to see them because
don't
they're
see
covered
any.
in hair.
I've never seen
I
scars
have hairy
on your
legs
I've never seen scars on your
because
legs.
there's hair there. You probably wouldn't see them. Even now, they probably have
Well,
either
then
faded.
we need to wax your legs and see if you have any scars.
Let's wax my legs and see.
Yeah.
We'll do a video about it.
We're not
It'll be
gonna
great.
shave them. We're gonna wax them.
I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna do that.
All right,
Even-
then we're gonna burn the liquor off.
even for YouTube money. Not doing that. Not doing that. But yeah, I probably have some scars and stuff. But if by now, even if I did have any, there's probably all faded away. When I was younger, actually, this is not having to do with inline skating. But I watched Leave It to Beaver, and in the movie he did like this is when I was really really young. In the movie he did like a thing, or someone in the movie did a thing where they stood up on their bike while they were riding, and my brother dared me to do it, and for some reason I was stupid and I tried it, but I tried it going way too slow.
You never say no to a dare when you're a kid.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just don't.
So,
It's just laws
so
of
I'm
children.
like, no, I can do it. Plus, older brother, I want to impress him. Blah blah blah. So I tried standing up on my handlebars and my seat, like standing straight up while I'm going. Except I was going like maybe 2 miles an hour, so I didn't have near enough speed. Fell down on the concrete sidewalk that had like pebbles and stuff in it, that type of concrete or whatever, that type of sidewalk, and just smashed the bottom of my chin right on the concrete there. So I had like a big bloody chin. There might be a scar there.
It's a good thing you got hair
I
there too.
have a beard. You
It's
can't see
covered
it.
in hair.
Even if there is a
Must
scar,
be so
it's not
nice.
there.
All of my scars are there for the world to see.
Yeah.
Look, I have so many just covered. In
You
bloody.
are just so scarred up
I
right
actually
now.
don't have any. Most of my scars are from cats.
I have a scar on my thumb from a dog in Mexico that bit it and ripped my thumb open.
I love that story.
I'm not gonna tell it because you said that. Dog in Mexico bit my thumb open. End of story. Thought I might have rabies for a second. It was creepy.
Probably still have rabies.
Yeah,
Dormant.
yeah. Or it was a werewolf. A tiny werewolf.
Okay.
And
Thanks
I'm
for your question.
That's gonna do it for this week's Message Monday. Thanks to everybody that sent in a question. Normal Message Monday next week. Might try to do more of these Message Mondays with Normal, as in.
Sorry, this one's so abnormal for you.
No, it's special. It's good. It's a good thing.
You should just
I
say
like when you're here.
Unspecial Message Monday next week.
Normal Message Monday next week.
Unspecial.
Without Renee.
Not nearly as fun.
Yeah.
Or entertaining.
But normal Message Monday next week. If you guys want to send in your questions, you just tweet me them. Usually on Monday, sometime in the afternoon, earlier afternoon, I'll tweet out asking for questions. You wait for that tweet. Best way to know when Message Monday is going.
On Sunday.
Cause Monday. I tried Sunday, it didn't work, I always forgot. So I just try to get it all done on one day. I know myself at this point. So wait for that tweet. Swallow me on Twitter. This is turning into a train wreck. No, follow me on Twitter, wait for that tweet, and then once you see that, tweet me a question using hashtag Message Monday or hashtag MM. If you guys don't get your questions answered all the time or at all or whatever, don't get discouraged. There's a lot of questions that I get, and I just kind of go through in one thing until I get 6 questions. So try again next week. If you still don't get your question answered over and over again, maybe it's a question that's already been answered or it's just something I don't want to answer. So thanks to everybody that sent in questions this week. Thanks to Renee for being on this special, super awesome, so much more better, entertaining Message Monday, abnormal awesomeness. Thanks for being on, by the way. Stop hitting keys. We don't know what that would do. I seriously don't. It's a Razer keyboard. I have no idea what these shortcuts do. Stop it. Stop it. All right, before she breaks any of this recording, thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.